What is up, guys? In today's video we have another Inside the Mind style video. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is Evolve Jake, just like my channel name is, and it's underneath the webcam at all times. So I'm going Riptides this game. I'm pretty sure I have landed here for one of these videos a few weeks ago, but the game has changed significantly since then with the removal of the katanas. So everything about like kind of playing out this POI I feel like has changed a bit. In the past, this is still my favorite POI, but in the past, one of the reasons why I really like landing here is because there was a katana portal that could spawn there, so you could kind of land on that, grab the sword, and then make your way into the POI. But now with the katana being removed, I try to just land directly at the houses here. The mythic pump is still potentially an item that you can get by lifting the weight at the end of the bench, or at the end of the like area over there on a bench. And it is still one of the main reasons why I enjoy landing here, but I just also like the layout of this POI, I like the size of the POI, I like the flow of the POI, like it just works for me. Wanted to hop on that guy there because I figured I would have more HP with like already having popped a mini and having a slurp ticking. And so I figured I could just hop on him and get that kill quickly. Also, I have dual shotguns. And he had a sovereign shotgun, which was good for him, but a lot of times I'll spawn, people won't have access to things yet. So like if I have an HP advantage and I know I have like the dual shotguns, for example, I have like a dominant close range weapon, I want to try to take advantage of that as quick as possible and clear the area around me. Not only like eliminate those people before they're more of a threat, but also like reduce your likelihood of getting third partied. If there's people on this side of the POI and on my side of the POI, if I'm able to clear my side first, then I can be the one kind of third partying these fights. And also, like, not get third partied myself because I already cleaned up that area. But you have to eat these steaks to lift the weight faster. If you get 3 of them, it goes decently quick, but it still takes some time. If you get 4 or more, it's like basically instant. And there's 5 total at the POI. So I got 3 this game. There's other ones were at the pizza building right in front of me, and then in the bottom floor of that building. Unfortunately, I did not get the mythic pump shotgun. We did get a car here, which is nice. The lack of mobility having cars is a huge plus. Red dot AR. I think that might be everybody here. Unfortunately, I didn't get any crash pads, which is what I would want most. Like the thing I'm most looking for off spawn is those crash pads. So took the gray pump over the blue duels just because it's what I like more. I think the duels, again, like probably the shotgun most people will prefer. But I enjoy using the pump so much more. It just feels more satisfying to use. And I feel like if you play more kind of structured, then it is kind of better. Like the duels heavily encourage kind of playing in a very like 50-50 way, which can definitely work. And you put a lot of pressure on the opponents, but it's also like a playstyle where you're very likely to take a lot of damage in every fight as well. I don't like relying on them too much. There's a gold shotgun in there, but I don't have enough money to get it. I need to buy big pots. That's what I was like initially coming here for, and then I like forgot. The gold vending machine distracted me. Probably gonna go. Oh shoot. That was such a bad play. Like I feel like he thought he was more protected than he was. Just like being high up doesn't necessarily mean you have a lot of cover. And he could have, like, if he backed up to, like, here, then he would have been more protected, but then he wouldn't have been able to see me. Like, where he was standing was kind of a trap. I was going to say I'm going to go to this gas station and see if I can get a higher rarity shotgun from the vending machine over here, since mine, the ones at my POI didn't have any higher rarity pump, but we got the blue one from that guy, luckily. We'll see if there's, like, a purple one for sale here. Nope. But yeah, lack of crash pads is gonna make the cleaning up tags I get on players a bit harder. Because the wingsuit is mobility, but I don't feel comfortable just like pushing somebody with it. If I'm flying straight at somebody who's a decent player, I'm taking so much damage to make that happen. I don't know where these people are. I thought he was just on the roof, but by the time I mantled it, I didn't see him anymore. I'm walking out with bunkers so I could throw it right away. I'm trying to find any sort of visual audio. If I walked up to here and saw like visual audio footsteps or heard anything, then we would know where they are. But I don't really know where he is, so I might just go back to my car. The, like brief window of like information I had is just gone. And now they're fighting again. I think he killed an AI though. I don't expect this person to be held like weak or like thrown off by that fight at all. Okay, I killed him, but he has like the respawn token. But like the reason why I knew he killed an AI was because I looked at the kill feed after the fighting stopped, and it said he killed like Endless Mike 52 or something like that, which is like a bot name. And because I knew that he had eliminated an AI, I wasn't like expecting him to be really thrown off, you know? Like there's certain times you third party somebody where like, you know, it was a really messy fight, and so the survivor shouldn't be very healthy, and you're probably going to play that differently than, you know, if the person got the kill cleanly. Like being aware of that can definitely be helpful. Apparently the spawn rate of crash pads was increased, but I still have not found them. Check this balloon. Looks like it hasn't been looted, but I might be a little bit too slow. Okay, no, we're good. Please have crash pads. These like have a decent chance of giving them. For some reason, they still drops in stacks of 2. So like, I'm recording this on Saturday, and yesterday evening, Friday, they like accidentally added shockwaves back into the loot pool, and they were dropping in stacks of 3. And they said it was an accident, and they were trying to increase the spawn rate of crash pads, and that made me think that like they were gonna make the crash pads drop in stacks of 3 like they used to, but I guess not. Fortnite is very interesting. This is a fight that sounds messy. Actually, never mind. He killed Eiffel Metal. So there goes again, just like paying attention to the kill feed was beneficial to me. Because that fight sounded very messy, and it just like was, it, like he was killing an AI. So I was about to just like crash pad on it, but that would have been bad. This is my last crash pad. Hopefully he doesn't have more. And he has a wingsuit. And he's gone. Nice. I would have been better off just jumping on him right away. Just to like actually make the fight happen. I expect him to have stopped at this hill and probably got in one of these bushes to try to fight me. But also, he may have had to go down to the vending machines at the gas station if he wasn't carrying heals. Yeah, I think he's there. That was my basic thought process. I thought hill was most likely, and then if he wasn't at the hill, then he's probably down here. This car is weak, but I could still use it to get close enough. The only concern is I don't know how my AR is, like how loaded it is. You can mantle the corner of the bunkers. So normally if you try to mantle a bunker, you'll get knocked back by the tires. But if you mantle the corner like that, you can still mantle it properly. Yeah, I was worried pushing up that my AR didn't have enough ammo because I wasn't like perfectly in tune with that. Unfortunately, no pump. Another car pulling up. I wanted to reverse this car that I had onto the healing pads, but I don't know. that's worth doing anymore. Oh my gosh. That is the Deadeye AR if you had headshots. I was about to say this fight is like terrible. I was not happy with this fight at all. I'm gonna go with the crash pads again. Only 2 crash pads compared to a full wingsuit. I think most people would think the full wingsuit is better, and like that's, you know, a fine opinion to have. But the reason why I would rather have the crash pads is I feel like they're better in more like pivotal moments, like pushing players, trying to reset a bad fight. If an enemy has pressure on me, I'm not really going to be able to reset a fight with the wingsuit. But also, most people I eliminate will have a wingsuit. Like, it's a pretty popular item, especially like this late into the game. And so if I use these 2 crash pads to get a kill, more often than not, I feel like I'm going to be able to get a wingsuit off their body. So, just with how common the wingsuit is, I don't mind dropping one for like a few crash pads. And best case scenario would be like I kill somebody and get more crash pads off them, or like I find more by looting. But even just 2, I'm kind of fine having that over the wingsuit. That fight at the gas station was pretty much just all about like timing and pressure. Like he was playing the right shoulder peek behind the wall, and then I bunkered him and pushed. And I believe I got damage after that. And then from that point on, I was just like pushing the damage. And he didn't really ever get to do anything to me because I was kind of... I had the advantage in the fight, and he was like more concerned about like resetting than anything else. And I just didn't let him. And I don't know if he had gotten like full healthy, because I don't think he was carrying heals, and then that's why he had to go to the gas station to buy heals, which can work, but also can make you like somewhat predictable. If he was able to like get to my, if he had heals of his own and he just like sat on my bunker on top of that hill, I think he would have had a pretty easy time like killing me as I walked up. But that's the risk you take with like no heals. Is harder to reset fights, and then you probably need to go to a gas station afterwards, and maybe there's more people there that catch you before you're able to heal, or you're just like more predictable to the person you were fighting. But whenever someone gets away from me like that, I'm try to be conscious of like the vending machines in the area. Even if they do have heals, they probably go there afterwards, so it could be like a good way to find them. We have 4 opponents left. I thought those cheesy poos were crash pads for a second because like the shotgun shells were next to it. $70 damage isn't the most, but can be enough if you hit a hard pump shot to follow it. That's an example of a fight where like crash pads are like perfect. If I had a wingsuit there, what am I gonna do? Like he just gets to bubble and then like decide we're not fighting. Now I'm like debating taking that wingsuit though. It's 2 opponents. I only have 1. We'll go over here. I'll check this balloon. Best case scenario for me would be that it hasn't been looted, and then I can maybe get crash pads off it. But if I don't, we'll just, yeah, it's already been looted. So we'll just keep the wingsuit. Somebody is wingsuiting over here. My AR isn't loaded though, unfortunately. I wish I had that 1 crash pad. To be fair though, I wouldn't be right there if I still had the 1 crash pad. But this is kind of like what I was talking about. I could have easily turned that damage into a kill if I had a crash pad, and then I would have had his wingsuit. Missed. So bad. Missing that opening pump shot and then just ruins everything. That was the guy who had killed earlier at Battlewood. And that's like a... Like, I did miss the pump shot and make the fight harder for myself. But also, I feel like that's a decent example of why I like having pushing mobility so much. If I had like crash pads when I beamed him, I crash pad onto him, and then I'm able to take advantage of those beams I got and then get like a free elimination. But because I didn't have that pushing mobility, he gets time to heal, and then just missing one pump shot turns what would have been like a free kill into almost a death. Probably go to Painted Palms and buy some big pots now. It's only one opponent remaining. This is a really large zone for one other person. Also, don't use the duels very much. But I wonder if like the lack of mobility makes it harder to like use them. Because they're a weapon that really wants to like just be basically barrel stuffing the opponent. And I feel like that's a bit harder to make happen with the mobility items we currently have. But also on the like the flip side, the lack of mobility makes it harder to like get away if someone does get on you with them. So it goes both ways. One other player and we have a car here. So like a lot of times when you have a very slow end game like this, I feel like the game just kind of comes down to who sees who first and who gets like potentially so much damage that the fight isn't recoverable. The Deadeye Air is so good. And so normally you would want to play this really slow probably. Like if you have a giant zone and it's only one other person, walking around really isn't going to help you find them that much because there's just so much area to check. And so if I didn't have this car, I would probably just go onto one of the mountains and chill. But since I do have the car, I can drive around and look for them. And just them seeing me isn't going to immediately result in a bunch of damage. Because I'm like somewhat protected in the car, you know? I imagine they're on this hill though, with all those bunkers. That would be my guess. I don't know if these were here when I went to get the bigs or what. Might not be in there, but I'm just going to try to spray this out from a protected angle. If he ever peeks, we can just slide back in. Okay. He might not be in there, or he may have dropped onto the other side. He isn't zone. Not in the next one, though. Just heard him zipline over here. I don't know where the zipline goes, though. This is not an area I'm familiar with. Okay. And they're an AI. Always had people ask me how you could tell it's an AI. Like, look at their movement. Like, sometimes the AI move in ways that are more, like, effective. But a lot of times they move in ways that just don't make sense. Because, like, once it gets line of sight on you, it just, like, plays totally different. The way they shoot their gun is also, like, typically in a pattern. And the way they turn is oftentimes just, like, not how players actually do. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like some more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.